Well, Stu is breaking protocol today. Go ahead, Stu. Go ahead.
I want to thank my good friend Frank Salazar for this gorgeous Padron 1926 torpedo. Can't help myself. I wish it was a victory, Segura, but
yeah.
Last night was very frustrating and upsetting for me. What happened to the Panthers? I mean,
well,
forget about the Capital game. You come back home.
Right.
You got a chance to make history.
Mm-hmm.
You got a pretty much packed house.
Yep.
And you come out flat against Seattle.
I know.
One of the lowest ranked teams in the league.
Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mind-boggling.
What I just wrote in the article for the Patreon and the YouTube people is that this was really Brunette and company's first test at anything remotely close to a big game, and not so good, not so good. First off, let's just start with the easy stuff. Somehow, some way, we've got to get Spencer Knight to stop giving up goals on one of the first shots, second shot of the game. It's killing us. It's hurting us now. Now it's hurting us.
This kid's confidence has really been smashed.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it goes back to. But he has not been the same goalie the last 5 starts.
Right.
I mean, he was invincible.
Yeah.
He was invincible.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to pinpoint the game, the moment, whatever. I think he was having trouble before that 7-3 Jersey game.
Well, remember, he didn't look great in development camp, and everybody was kind of like, it's development camp. But I'm like, yeah, but he's giving up 4 and 5 to these scrubs. Look, he's a young goaltender. Young goaltenders go up and down. He just so happens to have this giant light shine on him because everybody thought he was going to take over Bobrovsky based on what Knight did last year. And
we were saying.
Yeah. No, I include myself in that.
Playoff goalie, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Last year, he doesn't let Ovechkin score through the pads.
Exactly.
He makes the save. Last night, I mean, I think at least one goal was deflected, but he said it on the recap. He does not look confident. He looks uncomfortable out there.
Right. Exactly.
That's the word I would use. He looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So and we need him. Bob can't play every game.
No. And look, Bob's play is masking some issues. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing is that, bottom line is Brunette's had 14 games now, and we were playing 500 hockey. He's 7-4-3. And that's gonna. There's not a guarantee we're gonna make the playoffs. We keep playing at the same pace that we've been playing with Brunette in, and we are going to find ourselves out of the playoffs. Forget about trying to win one round.
It's too competitive this year in our division.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, it just like what a difference a week makes. We go from rolling.
Yeah.
And now we're both like disgusted.
It was,
I mean, it's such a blow to the gut to have, Q ripped away from us because
right.
This is a different team.
Yeah, no, it is.
I'm not saying he's lost the locker room or this and that, but this team is sloppy.
Yes.
That's the word to describe this team right now. They're not working like a Rolex watch like they were, at the start of the season with Quenneville behind the bench.
Right.
I don't know what the answer is. I mean, we both
right
about it.
That's
offline about finding a coach.
Right.
Because I agree that Brunette is at right now not up to the task. And how much I love the team, and I really was was behind him 100%, but
Right.
some of the decisions he's made,
Yeah.
the line matchups, the line changes, 2 of the goals last night were caused by bad line changes.
And so was the game Washington, the same thing, bad changes. Right.
Yeah. The defense looks, I mean, I don't think we lit up as many odd man rushes in the first 8-9 game, whatever. I'm just, these goals are being scored in every game on odd man rushes.
Yeah.
Or the defenseman comes out late. I can pinpoint at least 3-4 Uyghur. Where Uyghur, let the guy go around him.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been Ekblad and Uyghur have been having the worst changes actually. I know you mentioned in the recap. How I feel about those two playing together. Yeah, no,
it's time.
It's not that I really disagreed with you, but now I really agree with you. Now I'm seeing it, and it's just like, something's got to be done there. But you
can't have 2 guys that want to be Bobby Orr and rush the puck and not play defense.
Right.
That's why you need a guy like Forsling. On the Forsling-Gudas pairing, Forsling's usually the guy to go up and Gudas stays back because he's a better skater, whatever. But if the pairing was Forsling and Ekblad, mark my words, Forsling would be the stay back guy.
Right.
And so the fact that he's not doing Burnett now, the fact that he's not making changes, that's not good. If something's not working, you change it up.
Right. And that leads me to
the power play. The power play is atrocious. Can I use any worse word?
No, that's an insult.
I mean, it's like we might as well not even get. I mean, they scored another shorthanded goal last night. Oh, let's go back to the beginning of the game.
Right.
This is a different game if Huberdeau scores on that breakaway.
Yeah.
I mean, he tried to do the same thing he did the other night. Going 5-hole.
Well, what happened was I don't know if you saw the replay. He got it through 5-hole, but then Drieger brought his right leg behind him. So like Drieger did the splits. The puck got through the 5-hole, and Drieger brought that back leg behind him and blocked the shot because he twisted his hip and blocked it with his leg coming back behind himself. So Huberdeau got it through the 5-hole, but it was like, it was, but then Drieger and Huberdeau were laughing about it. And I'm like,
I really didn't have the luxury of, I saw the arena, but I mean, the play happened right in front of me. I mean,
right.
My suite is, it has, fantastic view of the Panthers shoot twice side. So, and listen, it's natural. The beginning of the game, they were teammates, probably, friendly. So, I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind him giving props to Drieger for making, a good save. But my point is, it was early in the game, and we score on that, and it's 1-0 in our favor. And we got the lead, good net. And then, of course, it might have been a minute, 2 minutes later, they come back and they score.
Yeah, it was the second shot of the game. So Spencer and I did stop the first side of the game. Congratulations, and then let in the second shot. So
thank you, Frank. This is delicious.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the lines. It's like it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. I'm saying the combinations are bad, but I think mainly it's bad changes because I'm watching. Like last night in the third period, I counted because I'm like, what are they doing on the ice? And I counted. It was like 35, 40 seconds with Huberdeau, Mammon, and Thornton on the ice at the same time. And like there was less time on ice that I saw with like what the lines are supposed to be than with guys just like it was completely random. If you go back and watch my stream, like the whole third period, I'm just calling out who the lines are because every time I'm calling it, it's 3 different guys. I didn't see the same 3 guys on the ice twice, the third period, maybe but one time. The rest of the time, it was completely random. And that's that. I mean, my assumption here, I'm not a coach. My assumption is the head coach is the guy calling out the line changes.
Not necessarily.
All right. Well then,
but usually.
Right. But it would be one. I mean, it's not like the players telling themselves when to go out.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's the head coach. Change them up.
Right. Okay.
And obviously, if there's personnel changes, he,
Yeah.
he'll either call out numbers, or whatever. I'm just, I'm still, I'm not going to say I'm in shock, but I'm still reeling from last night because I was fully prepared to enjoy the moment where,
Yep.
We set a league record. We haven't, we haven't set too many, if any, league records.
No.
Would have been nice to have a record that's from 1963 and we own it. But
right.
Listen, I know you said Seattle didn't play great. I'm sorry. They played okay. They capitalized on our mistakes.
They worked
Driga
hard.
didn't play great.
No, he didn't have enough shots.
Because he didn't have to play great.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't. No.
We were average as far as the offensive attack. It just blows my mind how we could start off a period like Carolina with 4 goals and that other game where we did 4 goals and boom, we're leading 4-0 after the first period and it's pretty much over.
Right.
And I said to my son last night after the first period, just like in the Philly game, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Because when we're not, when the offense is not going, trouble.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Granted, Barkov, we're missing Barkov. We missed Duclair almost more than we missed Barkov, obviously, because we were doing okay without Barkov. But then when you take away Duclair, it's just clear panic on who to put with who in terms of the lines. And then for some reason we call up Heponiemi and then we still play Mammon last night.
Yeah, that was just listen,
like I said in the recap, I could throw a brick on the ice.
Mammon's like Nudavara. Nudavara never got the job done when he had the chance.
Right.
Mammon should not be playing. And Carlson, I think Kunan's hurt.
He's gotta be.
That's the reason he's not playing, because Carlson made at least 3 bad choices, and I just I just don't know why he's in. But Joe should be sitting.
Oh,
he can't be playing every game. He's got to play once every 4 games.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind because there's guys in Charlotte that could come up and play. But I don't know what's going on. And I'd like to be a fly on the wall in Zito's house right now. At the rink, like, what are they discussing? Are they discussing making a change here? I mean,
how long do you let it go? Look, if we play 500 hockey, we will miss the playoffs. I mean, he's had 14 games, and with this roster, it's 500 hockey with Bobrovsky with a sub 2, I mean, how long do you let that go? 3 weeks?
A lot has changed in the last couple of weeks.
Right.
We're probably going to fall below the top 5 now. After the last 2, I mean, we got lucky in the Philly game,
right?
But after the last 2 games, let's see where the power rankings are.
Yeah.
And you're right; they got to do something soon because, granted, we had a nice cushion, but that cushion's gone.
That cushion's gone. Look, and even Boston.
That's just based on how good the rest of the teams are in our division. I mean, we have obviously the toughest division,
right?
And,
look,
and these teams smell blood right now.
I'm looking at it now, and we're tied with the Maple Leafs at 31 points. They have more wins than us. The Lightning have played 2 fewer games and have 4 fewer points. Now the Red Wings I'm not overly concerned about, but the Bruins. People say, "Oh, we're 11 points ahead of the Bruins." Yeah, but they got 4 games in hand. So, and I know it's early to be talking about 4 games, to be talking about games in hand. But the point being is that another couple of weeks like this, we could be out of the playoff spot. Another couple of weeks like this, the way some of these other teams are playing. That's not imagination. That's reality now. If we just continue along the path we've done, that's where we're going to find ourselves. And by then we're making the panic higher, but then we're panicking. And so, yeah, to your point about I can't imagine that they're not looking at this. I mean, look, if there's one thing we know about this team, they want to win. You know what I mean? From the top down, they may make mistakes, but they want to win. And I can't imagine that this is, you don't go 7-0 and then go 7-7 the next 14 without there being.
Yeah, that's right. How many games has he been?
14. And he's 7-4-3. He's completely even 500 for the 14 games.
All right. So then the question is, and we could spend all day on this, who do we bring in? Who's going to be the right guy?
I know.
With the right demeanor, with the right, ability.
I know.
To be the head coach of this team.
The Rangers look pretty good. How's their coach? Don't get me started, right?
I just don't. I just don't.
I know. No, and
you know how I feel about coaching retreads, but
I think
that's all we got.
That's the situation they found themselves in, is like they want to give Brunette every opportunity, because it's like, well, the question then becomes like, well, who? It's not like there's one guy out there where you're like, let's just go get him and be done with it. Except there's probably, 3 people that want Tortorella and the rest of the people don't. But besides that, I mean, somebody on the stream again last night mentioned Boudreaux. I know. Yeah, because
no.
Well, how do we get around, Stu? This is a question. This is for you. How do we get around not wanting a retread, but also wanting somebody that's a proven winner? Because I don't think we can do both.
A guy like Boudreaux's been a coach. Same thing with Claude Julien. They must have coached at least 5 teams.
Yeah.
Who's a good example?
So you're thinking about somebody like maybe like Gallant was when he came to us, where he just had the one bad experience but was kind of ready to go. You're thinking something along those lines?
Yeah, like a Dan Bylsma.
Okay.
Mark Crawford hasn't coached in a long time. I don't know where he is.
Right.
I mean, I'll go out on a limb and say, how about a coach from Europe?
Oh, that's interesting.
Like a guy that we've never heard of, but a
guy
that or a KHL guy. Who knows? I mean, at this point in time, it's like, why do we even have to have this conversation?
I know.
I mean, it's what really pisses me off is we have the team, we have the coach, we're rolling along, and unfortunate circumstances, the rug gets pulled out from under us, and we lose the second winningest coach in history.
Yeah,
a guy that probably would have led us to the cup had he remained, because I really don't think a lot of what's going on in the last few games would continue to go on.
No. If there's one thing,
I mean, Brunette's a soft-spoken guy. Q, you can see underneath that mustache.
Yeah.
That volcanic side of him.
Yeah.
When he's not happy.
Yeah. No,
all you have to do is look at the bench when the ref makes a bad call, the ref blew a call, and you could see Q steam's coming out of his.
Yeah. And that was one thing I talked about last night in the recap was, it was one of the shifts where, Huberdeau came back to the bench and he's kind of, yucking it up with somebody, and we were losing. And
I don't see that fiery passion in Brunette than I did in Quinn.
Yeah, no, I know. So the who is unfortunately not up to us. So anything else from last night?
Frustrated with some of the decisions as far as shot opportunities.
And
I know what
you're going to say. Get it out.
Of course. I mean, the bottom line is, in my opinion, Tippett sucks. Okay.
Come on.
I don't know how many times that kid is going to have point blank opportunities and fire the puck wide, or not take the shot.
In his defense, it was high and wide. In his defense, it was high and wide.
Whatever. It was right in front of me. I'm like, how the hell does he miss that shot?
I saw it already. And I'm not making it an excuse, but in terms of the how it hit the heel of his stick. I saw what happened.
Listen, goal scorers.
I'm not making it an excuse.
I know.
I'm saying technically that's what happened.
Here we go. Here's the difference. Ovechkin, pucks in the net before you blink.
Yes.
Tippett, high and wide or whatever.
Well, I mean,
a goal scorer,
I will go out on a limb.
A goal scorer buries it
and say that Ovechkin is better than Tippett. Yes.
So I'm not going to say he sucks, but I'm going to say I know he's your boy, and
he will.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of of being able to debate opinion.
Don't forget
my opinion.
Don't forget how Trocheck looked the first couple of years when he was flipping and flopping all over the lineup. He'll get there. He's got the right attitude. He's got the right size. He's got the two-way game down. That's all he's got left to do is get his scoring touchdown.
But we need him to score, and he's not doing it.
Oh, that's a long list.
And in a situation, I tell you what, that's a big goal right there. So
no disagreement that he needs to make more of his opportunities. But I tell you what, give me his effort level and Huberdeau's body. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'd rather see Tippett, making mistakes, but he's given full effort than watch Huberdeau blow elite level talent disappearing 2/3 of the time. So, and you know me, I think Huberdeau is the best player on the team when he plays 100%, when he plays to his best of his ability. But
just again, maybe again, we're seeing a game from a different perspective. We're watching the game on TV or at the arena, and we're seeing above the ice.
Right.
We're not seeing ice level or what's going on that these guys decide to pass instead of shoot. You know what I'm saying? We have the opportunity to see a Huberdeau pretty much have a clear lane to shoot.
Right.
We're not seeing what they're seeing. So obviously they're looking for, opportunities. But again, too much passing.
Yeah.
What's my overall observation on last night was, the crowd was really into it. The crowd was just looking.
I know.
To go nuts.
I know. It was so disappointing.
After they got that third goal, that was pretty much the game.
Oh yeah, that took the air.
As soon as the fourth goal was scored, I left. I just disgusted.
Yeah.
Really disgusted. Bob should have played last night. I'm sorry. I really think they should have.
Yeah, I kind of thought for a second they would, since he only played just a little bit more than half the game the night before. Like we said, the thing with Knight and giving up, it was kind of a not a joke, but it was kind of something you figured out. He's young, he hasn't had, but it's like every time he's on the ice now, he's giving up a goal in the first shot.
Yeah, it's just his confidence. I told you, his confidence is shaken right now.
Right.
He is not playing that loosey-goosey style. Like, I can stop anything. I told you before the game. Actually, I told you, the night before, that Drieger, that I was worried about this game. Yeah. Not that Drieger had anything to prove, because we didn't trade him technically. We didn't dump him, but we did dump him.
Yeah, well, considering how much money he got, we could have, not that we would have, because what we thought with what was going on with Knight, but hindsight being 2020, we easily could have just, we easily could have moved Navarra and kept Drieger for another year for the money that Drieger took, is what I'm saying, and given Knight another year of season.
I knew Drieger was going to be on a mission, and of course, as I've been saying every game, that, every team is looking to knock us. And I know Seattle probably came in and said, listen, let us be the team that prevents them from getting the record. Mm-hmm. Even though Seattle, hasn't, been a good team all year.
No, and Drieger's numbers were awful.
Any team on any given night can beat another team.
Well,
That's how good, NHL players are. They have pride.
They just
and
beat
it just
Carolina
goes
a
to
few
show
nights
it just
ago.
goes to show you when you work hard,
Well, and that's what I was saying. Yeah.
The worst team in the league, and look at Montreal.
Right.
How did Montreal make the finals?
Yeah.
They're not a good team.
No, it's the work ethic. And I saw that from the beginning. You saw it from the beginning last night. And that's all I meant last night when I said, that they played a great game, is because they just were relentless with the work ethic. Every board battle. I mean, I was calling the play as it was happening before it was happening, because I was like, there's a shot into the corner, we're going to lose the board battle, and it's out. And oh, look, that's exactly what happened, which is over and over and over and over again. One shot, board battle, Seattle clears the puck all night long.
I think it was more of a question of we not playing good. There were spurts in the game where they put the foot on the gas, and you could see it was, Panther hockey.
Right.
But there weren't too many of those.
The forecheck has disappeared. That's the other thing. I mean, that's the thing I noticed in the first period. Every time, I mean, we were having more trouble getting out of our own zone than Seattle was having getting into our zone, because they were forechecking and we weren't, plain and simple. And I kept waiting for like coach to be like, maybe you guys want to somebody want to go get the guy with the puck, but nope. All night long, they're just right into the zone, and we're just like waiting for them to get. All right, come on in, and now we'll see if we can stop you.
Too much puck watching again last night.
Oh, and one of the power plays that I'm sorry, I forgot this. One of the power plays that Seattle had, and they didn't get a pass to him, but I was watching it and I was waiting for it. Everybody's watching the puck. And Eberle kept sneaking in behind, and he's just standing there by himself. And I'm screaming.
That's how he scored. That's how he scored the first goal. He was all by himself.
And if they would have gotten a pass to him, boom, is in the back of the net. And I'm screaming, and everybody, all four guys are watching this way. And Eberle's just like behind everybody going, hey, and if they would have gotten a pass around to him, but they didn't. But it was, like you like to do sometimes, you stop watching the puck and you watch somewhere else. And that I was doing that last night with that, and it was just
isolating.
And so it could have been worse last night. I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is that like when it was 2-1 for the longest time, it easily could have been 4. If we would have been playing a really good team, we would have gotten shellacked last night.
The defense has been really sloppy.
Yeah, everything has been
really sloppy. And we've taken some dumb penalties.
Right.
Obviously, there were at least a couple of penalties that the ref missed. I don't know who somebody got played. Maybe it was Huberto. Obvious trip. In front of the ref, and he didn't call it.
Maybe they feel bad for us to look, just they're helping us out. We're worse on the power play than we are 5-on-5. Yeah. I think a non-call for now, for us, is like, let them keep let them stay 5-on-5, because as soon as they give us a power play, we give up a short-handed call. It's worse. So
I wish Lundell would, be more selfish and shoot more.
Right.
And, he's just he's pulling a Barkov, but just trying to pass it too much.
A little bit.
Obviously, getting to Barkov, you see how important he is. Not only on the ice, the guy's quiet and whatnot, but he's still the leader of the team.
Yeah,
he does so many things.
Right.
Offensively and defensively. That's a big hole. That's a big hole. And like you said, Claire and his energy and his speed.
Yeah.
Those two guys being out are big.
Yeah.
Marchment, I would, when the injury happened, they said he's going to be out for.
He's going to be out.
It's like that Ekblad concussion that he suffered in Edmonton.
Right.
He was out a really long time.
No, and the hope is Marchment comes back the same guy.
Yeah. Exactly. He's his game is, he plays a physical game.
Right.
So, and Achari, it's just,
Well, I'd rather have him on the ice than Joe Thornton. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're playing Thornton game in and game out, and they're not bringing somebody up, they he's not.
If I see Joe Thornton handling the puck one more time at the circle in the power play, what is it? I mean, he's not 30. What are we doing? At one point, we had Hornquist and Thornton on the same power play unit. And I'm just screaming like, what are we doing? How is that supposed to work? You know, how is that supposed to work?
There should be at least 3, 4, 5 shots on every power play with Hornquist in front.
Yeah, that's the one goal we got
on the power play when you just passing around. And again, a big failure of the power play is getting in the zone and getting it set up. Right. They're not even doing that. And that again, that goes back to who the quarterback is. And
yeah, I know, right?
We can talk, we'll talk about this, every recap. We can talk about pretty much the same things. And that's what's been happening, at least in the last 2 games, probably in the last 5 games. It's just you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's just a different team than the one that we had, right before, Q had to go.
Yep.
I don't know, obviously, the next few games are going to be critical. And
right.
I have a feeling that if we continue on this course by December, we'll have a new coach.
Yeah, we can't let this go too much longer. You can't play a 500 hockey is not, it's not, that's 82 points. You know what I mean? That's maybe 82, 90 point pace. And that's not going to get it done not this year. This year, there's going to be teams with 96, 97 points missing.
Oh, absolutely.
And so
absolutely. And our division is the toughest division out there.
Right.
So
and you've got some of these surprise teams. In the Metro. I mean, look, we thought the Rangers would be good, but not that good, right? And then, I mean, geez, the Islanders lost again. They lost 8 in a row. The Islanders' goal differential is negative 20. I keep waiting for them to wake up. And
that's a coach I'd love to see.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's trade coach.
Maybe the Islanders will lose 5-10 more games and they'll fire Trotz, and then we can hire him.
I mean, the Islanders, we think we've got it bad. The Islanders went into the season thinking they were going to win the cup. And now they're dead last place, 8 games in a row, and now their games are postponed because everybody's got COVID. I mean, and we think we got it bad. They got it pretty shitty as well over there. They're sitting over going, it ain't working out for them so good. So,
but they have a new arena.
Yeah, they haven't won yet, right?
Do you know that they had a new arena?
I hadn't heard that. Didn't they start on a road trip?
They played their first 13 games on the road?
Did they really? I didn't know. Oh, geez. All right, bro. Well, we will be back. We'll be back after Tuesday's game. And hopefully that can be a real victory cigar. Damn it. It's like it's really frustrating.
And we love this team so much, and it's so hard. It's so hard for me to I mean, I didn't rant about it, but last night you could see my text. I was pretty fired up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If we had done the video last night.
Yeah, no, I know.
It wouldn't be I wouldn't be sitting here as calm as I am right now.
Yeah, no, I
left the arena last night really pissed off.
Yeah, no, I could tell.
My son left me alone the whole ride home.
Yeah, I could envision that. I did a 20-minute rant, but I was medicated. Let's just put it that way. I was medicated by then. And so it was, I don't know what I said, but it wasn't like one of my screaming, cursing fits. It was just more I can't believe that we're in this position. In the last 2 weeks. Right.
This team goes to being the number one team, most points, undefeated at home, rocking and rolling, finding ways to win.
Right.
Some games just annihilating the other team.
Yeah.
And now we just look like a regular team that, that can be beat.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt about that.
And we better get Barkov and Declare back soon.
Yeah, no, we can't go on, or at least replace them with the appropriate players. Something.
It just goes to show you, Eric, losing one of your, it's like a stool with tripod legs.
Right.
Okay. Right. You lose one of the legs, the chair can't stand.
Exactly.
So just like losing Ekblad last year, in my opinion, cost us the cup. Like the minute he went down, and right. Watching him, how much pain he was in, and they took him off on a stretcher, and
right.
I said there, I said it to you.
Yeah, there goes the cup.
There goes the cup right there.
Yep, right there.
So who knows? I mean, it's still early in the year.
Right.
But it just goes to show you how you can't afford to have a serious injury.
Right.
And win the cup. It's
no.
just
no. So
anyway, the fact is we still have we have not played 25 games yet.
Right.
We're almost there, but
yeah,
we still have 3/4 of the season to
right. Yeah, today.
To right the ship. And all we need to do, like I'm hoping, it's at the end of the year is when the games are most important. And that's when you see, a lot of movement.
Right.
I don't know how many years you've seen teams just come out of nowhere and, and they win 17 out of 23 games or whatever.
Yeah.
And they've zoomed from like the bottom of the division to the top.
Right. Well, we did that a few years ago, and that's the year we 96 points and missed. We won something like 20 of 25 or something, and we missed by a point. That was unpleasant.
But there's more than just the players being out. Like I don't like what the management of the team right now, as far as again, matching of lines, changing of the lines.
Right.
The power play's good. If I had to pinpoint anything that needs fixing right now, it's the power play.
Yeah. And I don't think any of that's changing with this coach.
I said it in big capital letters. You cannot win. This is on Twitter. You cannot win a Stanley Cup without a power play.
Yep. No, not the way we're doing it. So, all right, bud.
All right, let's keep our heads up. Plenty of hockey left. We obviously need to, revenge on the Caps.
Yeah, that's Tuesday's game.
That means somebody has to have flypaper and stick to Ovechkin.
Right. Yeah. Just keep the eye on them. I don't know. I mean, you might want to watch them.
Can't give them any power plays.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, bud. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will be back after the next one.
All right, man.